Flextronics is a large manufacturing and services company. We have 220,000 employees around the world. We operate in about 30 different countries. And what we do is do everything from design services all the way through manufacturing activities, all the way through to distribution, repair, and all kinds of back-end activities. And we do that around the globe for what's mostly electronic companies. The most important thing is talent. You know, if you think about what is the most important thing for any CEO, he has to have a great team. And his team then has to go have a great team, and it cascades on down from there. So I think talent is extremely important. I think information, data and information around the world is really important. And I think about your workplace. I think product life cycles are getting shorter. I think competition is getting higher due to continued globalization. You have to be very, very reactive, very, very adaptive to whatever situation is coming to you. So if I think about the top challenges as CEO, I think about staying relevant on a continuous basis as product life cycles change and as the world changes and globalization and other competitive challenges happen. And I think the cornerstone of staying relevant is the management of great talent. We really wanted to have a platform by which to take HR management, talent deployment, talent management to the next level. And we thought by having a system that provided very ease of use and scalability, not just from a user standpoint, but also in terms of building analytics into the future about how to make decisions for a company, is something that we really thought Workday would provide a valuable platform for. And the implementation was a real highlight for us. We ended up implementing this system 1 year ahead of schedule, and we actually implemented it below budget. So now that we're implemented and we have about 221,000 active records, we see really two benefits, and I would call one somewhat tactical and the other one very strategic. From a tactical standpoint, the users love it. The user interface is simple to use, it's logical, it's easy to maintain, and the users just love it. And that is also something untypical of a large-scale systems integration where you have to spend a lot of time relearning the new system. This one's not like that. So I kind of consider that to be a little bit more tactical. From a strategic standpoint, we're starting to see the ease of use of pulling data and information out of this system by which to make an informed and thoughtful decisions about how we run our company and how we drive towards profit pools and how we do deployment of talent in the company is really what we're finding to be the great strategic advantage. As we think about talent and management of talent and the use of data for talent deployment, we have a large business. So we have a $30 billion business. We have a variety of different businesses in our portfolio. They all have different characteristics in terms of growth rates, in terms of cash flow generation, in terms of return on working capital. And part of how we want to use the system and the redeployment of talent is to be able to distribute that talent across those businesses that have the highest return. Either they have the highest growth rate, they have the highest return on capital, they have the highest free cash flow. But it's a continuous redeployment of talent into where the profit pools and where the opportunities are. We run a huge system. These 220,000 people go across 30 different countries. And as we provide a service to our customers, changes in exchange rates, changes in cost structures, inflationary pressures that we see in these different countries, all create different dynamics in terms of the cost of labor and where the labor market is and where the end customer base is moving to. So all these becomes consideration. If you think about the redeployment of large parts of our workforce, we have to rebalance on a continuous way for our customers as those macroeconomic dynamics change. We have to redistribute our workload. We may be spending a lot more time in Malaysia and a lot less time in China. We may want to move more of our workforce into Mexico as opposed to into Eastern Europe, depending on the markets we're accessing. And Workday actually gives us the data to continuously be able to analyze what are our cost structures, what are the cost increases in those cost structures, what are the average labor rates, what are the average incremental and fringe and other wage rates associated with those different areas. And as you put all those together, it creates new data on how you might move and invest. And it's actually, in our case, it's actually changed some of the investment profiles and investment policies for different countries as a result of studying the data and studying the trends of data. So it's also given us really good information regarding that. We anticipate that our total costs will probably go down about 30 or 40%. And it's a result of just service, the SaaS-based, cloud-based, variable cost nature of the new solution. Those costs are more predictable. As you look to upgrade, as Workday looks to upgrade systems, we get a predictable change very quickly, very simply, very easily. There's a lot of pieces of the hardware and such that we don't need to manage. So we actually, as we bundle it all together, we'd guess a 30 to 40% saving. In addition to that is some of the strategic value or strategic benefits that we're going to get out of the system that's really difficult to quantify.